Hello, my name is Namira Salsabila. I'm English literature student from University of Binasarana Informatika. I'm from the class 331A07 and my name is 33220069. I want to do record my listening task 5. Part 1. Culture 1. Which culture do you belong to? 2. I was born and raised in America where my culture was shaped. 3. Is that multicultural society? 4. Yes, it is. My culture is a diverse mix of customs and tradition of various races and that the cities. 5. How long is your country been practicing those costumes? 6. Well, it has a long history, around 10,000 years ago. 7. What costume do you like the most? 8. I like practicing dining etiquette. That's what makes me American whenever I travel to other countries. 9. What are traditional costumes of men and women in your country? 9. What are 10. Cowboy hats and boots are American style, but nowadays jeans and t-shirts are more preferable. 11. Are you comfortable with the traditions and custom of your culture? 12. Of course, I was born with it. 13. How do people greet each other? 14. Well, it depends on the situation. In an informal communication, people just say hi. 15. How you ever felt drawn to another land? 15. Have you ever felt drawn to another land? 16. Yes, I'm interested in Indian culture. I wish I can get there someday to attend the typical Indian wedding. Part 2. Alberto's new neighborhoods. Alberto one looked at his new neighbor and knew that his life was going to get more difficult. Alberto watched them arrive in their big city and their big noisy car and smell stupid as well. Also terrible. How am I going to put up them? And he went to Mimi and asked her, have you seen the new neighborhoods? Her answered. Mimi answered no, and for a few days they ignored the neighborhood, even when the neighbors walked out. They even didn't say hello to neighbors. One day Alberto woke up from his sleep to find one of the neighbors in the garden and tell Mimi, he shouted. Have you seen this? He's in our garden. Mimi went off to call their staff. 2 minutes later, Alberto and Mimi's head of staff and trying to unwelcome the new neighborhood. Go on, he shouted. Get out of here and go home. And the neighbor didn't say anything but gave Alberto and Mimi's head of staff dirty look. And going back to his garden, Alberto and Mimi's felt better. However, it wasn't enough. Over the next few days, they found one or another or both of their new neighbors walking around their own garden. It was terrible to show how they felt. Alberto and Mimi went into their neighbor's garden at night when the neighbors were inside and broke all the flowers. Next morning, one of the neighborhood came and talked to Alberto. "Hey," he said. "Hey, you." Alberto just ignored it, but he continued talking. But the neighbor continued talking. "You come to our garden last night and broke all the flowers." Alberto didn't say anything but gave his neighbor her a dirty look. "Now I'm in trouble," continued his neighbor. "They think I did it," Alberto asked. "Who are they?" Neighbor replied. "My owner, of course." Alberto: "Owner? Oh no." "Oh, you have Alberto: "Owner? Oh, you have owners." Neighborhood sleeper: "Yes, of course. Don't you?" Alberto says, "No, we have staff." Alberto went to tell Mimi that the neighborhood doesn't have staff. That not surprised Mimi said. The next day, Alberto and Mimi were actually very friendly with the neighborhood son. They tried to explain how they're making their owners become staff. Alberto said to them, "Listen, it's very easy to first understand that the house in your house theirs." Then Mimi said, "Second, make sure that you're always clean. Make sure they give food whenever you want it. Sit on the newspaper while they're reading it. Sleep as much as possible on their beds. And finally, try not to bark, but to make meows instead." But it was no good. The neighbors just didn't understand. After a week, they gave up. "It's no good," said Mimi. "They'll never understand. Dogs have an owner, cats have staff." Chris Rose. Part 3. Enjoying the zoo. Number 1. What did the boy like best about the zoo? The porcupines. Number 2. What did the elephant do at the zoo? He threw the dirt on us. 3. What can we infer about the bird show? The bird was flight around and one was naughty. They did something wasn't supposed to do. 4. Where did the boy see the butterflies? Inside the glass. 5. Retell the text with your own word and describe the detail about the zoo. So there is a kid, his name is Mikey. Want to hear a story about the zoo before he is going to sleep. And the father telling the story about the zoo. The father asked Mikey what did Mikey like the best about the zoo. And Mikey answered, the porcupines. And the father asked what else that the kid remembered. And the kid remembered about the two giraffes office. His father asked everything the kid remembered about the zoo. He remembered that the elephant throwed dirt on them, and also he also remembered about the bird show. The bird was flight around one glass around, and one was not tea. No tea. They did something supposed not to do. And the boy also remembered that he see the butterfly inside the glass and stop flying around on the air. Thank you.